Good morning YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. This is day 3 of the 2025 spring/summer road trip, and we're on our way for the first of 2 ferry crossings of the day. So last night we stayed at the Hotel Fuente Miro in Valderobres. Very nice hotel. We had a good dinner last night. Special mention for the cheesecake. The cheesecake was really nice. Very good value. It was 108 euros. We stayed half board, and that included a 3-course dinner last night, which included half a bottle of wine each, water, coffee. So yeah, really good value. Good food, nice hotel, comfortable room. Definitely recommend that one. And we're back out on the road, trying to avoid the motorways again today. It's 18 degrees, sun shining. Yep. We're now on the T330. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but we've got some fantastic mountains over there. Really pretty. We're currently riding through vineyards and orchards. Very green up here. We just crossed over into Catalonia as well, so we're still heading north. So we're going through the vineyards. I don't know if the camera picks up, but they put roses at the end of each line of vines. And from what I remember they telling us when we went to Tuscany, they do that for 2 reasons. One is to try and keep the bugs away from the grapes, but also to help with the pollination. That's another cracking little road. Yeah. And this, folks, is our first ferry crossing of the day. Okay. So this is the first ferry. These boats are called lagouts. And this ferry crossing was first put here in 1944. They moved it from the old ferry crossing where they just had one lagout, so they put 2 together so they can get more traffic on. And there's no engines on this, it just uses the stream of the river, and it's all attached by cables, and it's the force, the stream, that takes it across. So they say the 2 engines of this is the river and the skill of the boatman. And this connects the road there, the CV12, to the little village called Miravet. And we're filming them, filming us, filming them. It's quite a fast current. And there's Miravet Castle up on the hill. And that's the cable up there that we're attached to. They're moving quite quick. So like I said, this is the first of 2 ferry crossings today. The next one's going to be slightly bigger than this. And a bit longer. And this, actually, I was reading this morning, this is the last of this type of ferry that crosses the river Ebro. This is the last one. He's done this before, hasn't he? Look at that. Good job. I think even he was impressed. Obviously he turns the rudder so the flow keeps the boat against the dock there. Okay. Yep. Just telling me to hold on to the bike. A bit wobbly as the van gets off. Perfect. Well, that was fantastic. That was amazing, absolutely amazing. Great experience. €2.50. Well worth it. And now we're going to go into the little town of Miravet, and I think it's time to stop for a coffee. And just beyond there, that's the ferry crossing over. That's where we came across. And then that's Miravet. Lovely little medieval village. The castle on the hill. Very picturesque. So we're now on the N420. We're now on the TP7402 and we've entered this the Parque Nacional de Sierra de Montserrat. So we're currently climbing up to the top of this mountain up here. There's a little hilltop village called Siurana. It's supposed to have a really good viewpoint. What an amazing road up. That's a great view down there. Yeah, coming down is going to be really good. But I think this is well worth the detour. No, not far off. It's about 8 kilometres off the main road. It's well worth coming up here though. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit as well. It's getting a bit cooler. It's dropped to 18 degrees. So we're on our way down from Siurana. It's quite nice up there. Free parking if you're on a motorbike, which is nice. Otherwise it's €3 if you're in the car. Got some nice views from up there. Nice viewpoint. Got quite a tight twisty road coming up and down. Yeah, some of these bends come up quite steep. Yeah, I don't think the camera picks up how steep these bends are. This is another nice little road, the C242. Rapid descent. Currently in Villanova. We've just been to the local supermarket Mercadona to get some snacks for the boat for tonight. We're heading towards Sitges on the C31, and then we're going to drop down onto the coast road that takes you into Barcelona. So this is the C31, this is a little coast road that runs along the coast into Barcelona. Admittedly, this isn't the quickest way to get into Barcelona, but I think it's well worth it if you're coming up this way. Yep, 26 degrees, sun shining. Lovely blue sea. You can see the road in the distance snaking along the coastline. Nice marina down there. Welcome to Barcelona. Why is it always like this when we get here? Stuck in a traffic jam. Oh well, there's the ferry terminal. Well, we're in Barcelona. We just filled up with petrol before we get on the boat, as the petrol is so much cheaper here in Spain than it is where we're going. So this is where all the ferries are. Trasmed, Grimaldi lines, GNV, cable car coming down from the mountain. That's a good view from up there. Port de Barcelona. And here we are. We've made it to the ferry terminal. And first of all, we need to go and check in. Oh, the joys of touring. You can't make this up, you really can't. There's a group of bikers that have arrived, and some of them haven't even checked in, where it clearly states on the paperwork and on the email that was sent that you have to check in. It's 10:20, they've started loading the boat. They've all been sat in the bar, and they've missed the guy that comes round and zaps all your tickets and gives you a sort of destination sticker, if you like. And now the guy that's loading the boats has said that he's not going to let them on until they've got their stickers, and they've obviously been accounted for health and safety reasons. So it's all kicking off. Oh, you can't make it up, you really can't. Right, it's 11 o'clock. Finally get on the boat. Turned out to be a bit of a comedy in the end. So many people just weren't with their vehicles when the guy was coming round handing out your passes to get on the boat. It's just a joke. People in the wrong queues. It's funny.
Hello. Okay.
90, 96. 90, 96. Derecha, izquierda.
Okay, gracias. Aha. Here you go. So this is our cabin. Got a little desk area, a couple of wardrobes here, 2 single beds, and a couple of Pullmans for 4 people. Be a bit cosy, I think, with 4 people, but and a little bathroom and shower. That's all you need, really. Well, it's 11:30. We've made it on board after all the chaos. So many people hadn't checked in. They weren't with the vehicles when the guy was coming around to issue the tickets. So it was a bit chaotic. And then getting on the boat itself was chaotic. Everyone was just trying to rush on as if it's a race. But now it's time for a quick drink. And then we'll see you in the next one.